My name is Omid Mohaghegh. I'm an immigration consulting professional here in Toronto. I'm working for several years in this industry. Also, I'm registered professional engineer in many provinces across Canada, working in various industries. Uh, so got quite a bit experience in engineering and immigration. I'm very honored to be uh, at your service and providing effective immigration services for you. So I'm working with Mr. Kang, Sangmin Kang. He's a professional immigration consultant who is registered with CCIC or CICC. Uh, so there is both names CICC and CCIC. Both are COEG is French and English name. For the College of Immigration and Citizenship Consultant in Canada. He's registered, he has a license, he's a professional person working many years in this industry who is handling most of our files and profiles for immigration cases. So I'm assisting with Mr. Kang in this path. And if you want to come to Canada, uh, you need to tell us your qualification. If we don't see your resume, we don't know what is your qualification. And when we see your resume, we check if your qualification is proper and appropriate with our business plans. So if it is so, we tell you and let you know that you are okay, your resume can be considered for us for one of our startups business plans. So we have different type of startup business plans right now who requires different amount of investment. It varies based on the startup business nature. The amount of investment varies. We have the lowest one, $45,000 Canadian right now, and it goes up to $1 million investment for each person in a group of 5. So it means that we are not getting all the money in our pocket for ourselves. This is part of your investment for the business. So the biggest part you pay goes to your startup business account for your startup business. When you come to Canada, your startup business needs to run. Then you need money, capital investment, capital budget for your business to run it, right? So without any investment, we can't accept anybody. So what do you get in exchange of this investment? Of course, you get company shares. So the startup business shares you get. So it's mentioned 10% and above. That's the amount of investment share you can get for a business plan for a startup visa program, which I explained in the previous video. But it's not 10% always. You can get more than that, right? So we calculate exactly and adjust it based on the business plan, based on the amount of investment, number of people in the group. We adjust it, we calculate everything, we make sure that everything is justified. We make sure that nobody's right is taken away, so everybody are going to get the right amount of shares upon the right justice. So we do our best not to waste anybody's right. So or gives we don't give someone's more and the other person's less because they're family members or friend. No, we do we treat everybody equally. We don't discriminate for peoples from various countries. For example, say, oh, this person from this country, we give them more shares, and the other person from that country, we give them less shares. No, we treat everybody equally, no matter their race, country of origin, and ethnic, or color, or sexual orientation. Doesn't matter. We treat everybody equally, so we don't discriminate. We do our best to we invest time to calculate the amount of shares and right shares for each person based on the responsibility and based on the role in the company. For example, if someone is manager, another person is engineer, so these two responsibilities and the amount of efforts they do are not equal, right? So for sure, we give a little bit more to management. So it's a formula, so it's complicated actually. We go through all the calculations to find out the exact amount of shares in exchange of the investment they want to get, right? I would like to say here that the amount you invest and plus our cost, service fee cost, so that service fee cost is also part of your investment, because totally you are investing to come to Canada and to run a business which can be successful, a business which can grow well and can give you a lot of income and generates a lot of income that can fortune you and other team member in future. So that type of business plan and goal, you must have for your business, and it's defining the business plans. So you requires investment, some amount of investment, that you can come to Canada and use that investment and work with incubators to grow your business well in the market. We work throughout the business plan and building business phase with everybody in the team members, group of 5 in a team, so that we can build the business. It takes some time. For building a business is not very fast. You say that in night or in a day it will be built. No, it takes time to build a business. So it takes for our previous startups, it took us about 6 months and more. It depends on the business nature, and again, depending to business nature, it has different type of investment, right? It requires different type of amount of investment. It's not exactly same. For example, if business is a large business, it requires larger amount of investment for capital necessary to run the business, right? For the capital necessary to run the business. If a business is not big, is smaller, so obviously it requires a smaller amount of investment. So that's what we are working right now. So the lowest one we have is $45,000 Canadian, and we have also 75,000 Canadian right now. And in future, as the business natures are growing, so the amount of investment required for the businesses are more. So these are the lowest one. And the good thing is, if you can't afford it, we provide with a third-party company that associated with our company. We provide the lowest loan for you, so you can get a loan. For example, $45,000. You don't if you don't have $45,000, and if you have $25,000, we give you up to $20,000 loan, right? So these loans are long term, like 5 years with 5 years option and 10 years option payback, and with low interest, about 4 to 5% interest annually, right? So it will be like couple $100 or a little bit more in a month, for example, payment. But don't worry, when you come here, your business work, then that's nothing. That amount is nothing. You can pay. Business can work and give you a lot of income, right? So you can easily pay off your debt. So that's our situation. If you have, for other business plan, also we have loans like $75,000 Canadian investment. If you have you don't have $75,000, then we can give you up to $20,000 loan, and you only need to pay $55,000, right? So that's a part of loan that we are giving to everybody who is really in financial pressure and cannot pay all the amount, cannot invest all the amount. So we want you to be truthful, and when we give you form and truthfully fill it out and sign it, there is no other criteria to be strict and not giving you the loan. The only thing is you need to be honest and truthful, fill out the form. You don't have that all the amount to pay, then we give you loan, right? That's it. So more investment you do in bigger business, also more profit you get, because the business nature are in a way that the more investment, more profit. Also we don't have a lot of businesses like you think, numerous number of businesses in for lower amount of the investment. We have those are restricted. We can't if they're failed, then it's failed out, then they go to the business building phase and it's failed out. We don't take any other person to those businesses, then it's done. So we go for the upper level business for higher investment. So if you don't invest now, for example, you come 6 months later, then the businesses for that amount of like $45,000 is filled and it's done, then we are sorry, we don't have more business in that level to introduce you or to place you in those businesses, right? So I would like to talk about those type of people who are asking for contingency fees. For a startup, we don't have any contingency fees because it's obviously, you have to invest for this type of business, get the shares, and then we work out through the business phases, and then you come to Canada, and incubator will work out in the next stage to take your business to the next level, right? But for other type of services, some people asking us for contingency phase, or they think a startup, because it gets a work permit, they can come to Canada through work permit also. They can really postpone their payment and say, hey, why don't you bring me to Canada to work, and then I pay you after I come and work. No, it's not such thing. That's illegal. Nobody work like that. It's illegal in Canada. Also in other countries. For example, if you want to hire a lawyer in your country, can you ask your lawyer, I don't pay you, and you go to court, and then after that I win the case, I will pay you, or regardless of what the outcome of the court decision is, I pay you later, right? No, you can't tell lawyer to do that. Lawyer takes the initial deposit to do it, right? It's same thing, because we are working with law. Our lawyer, our immigration consultants are working with law, right? They can't put the time and do the effort, everything, without initial deposit, without any payment, and do the work for you, and then you pay them later. So it's illegal and unethical to ask such thing, and it's not professional to ask such thing, right? Like your lawyer in your country, you need to pay your lawyer, and then lawyer goes to court, and you can't condition your lawyer effort and say, if you win the case in the court, then I will pay you. No lawyer are gonna accept that, right? It's against the law in that country. Even here, Canada, same thing. No lawyer, or any type of lawyer, right, for any part of the law, and also no immigration consultant and no lawyer in immigration law will accept that, to get a contingency fee, to get something later. They say, hey, go and bring me to Canada, and then I pay you. It's unethical and unprofessional, okay? So the next part I would like to talk is about the duration of our work in a startup. We work 6 months minimum to build a business. Our businesses all are technological and cutting edge technology and very advanced. Then it has very good potential, right, to grow and reach to a part to an advanced level of income, right? For example, I would like to say there are startups that launched 5-6 years ago. Now they built a lot of assets. Now that startup has over $1 billion asset, right? So a startup like started with $100,000. Now they have over $1 billion asset. And there, I saw last month's startup in LinkedIn. They started 2010, like 10 years ago. Now they have more than 11 billion dollars asset. $11 billion asset just in within 10 years. Like each year, like $1 billion asset they added to their existing asset. So there are high rate of growth potential here in Canada if a startup works well. So for sure that the startup will go well. All it needs is your effort to be serious, your team members, other team members to be serious and go ahead with that great business, right? And then for sure you will succeed, right? If you're serious, you work, and every team member work, then for sure that will succeed well. In terms of timeline, I would say that 6 months minimum is for building business. Then 2 months is for our work to prepare all the documentation, and then we start to apply. before government. So the government of Canada, IRCC, which is the immigration organization and agency within the government, he will take the file from us, so application file, and then they consider, right? So from the time we apply, it takes 2 months we get work permit for you. Then you can come to Canada, right, with work permit. Can you come with your family? Of course you can come with your family, right? You can come with your family to Canada and register your kids in the school, and also we can get work permit for your wife, so your wife can work here in Canada also if you're married, right? If you have kids, even if you're single, you come here and then you work in the business, and you work for the business, you get salary, wages from the business. You withdraw salary, wages from the business, so you have income for living comfortably, right? So this is how it works. We don't guarantee the income, because all depends on your effort and other team member effort and the market situation, everything, right? But most likely you're gonna win, because we predicted already in the business, also estimated income, profit, everything, all the costs, everything. So it's already defined in the business plan. It's a complete business plan. And then when you are here in Canada working with work permit, it takes 1 year to 1.5 years to get your permanent residency. Even if your business fail for any reason, doesn't matter, it fails, but we can get permanent residency for you. You finally get permanent residency here in Canada, and then you are allowed to live here, to get Canadian passport and citizenship after 2 years, right? And you and your family. So I don't want to talk about citizenship. That's going to be another matter and subject to talk later. But up to now, we can get permanent residency for you. So if you don't come to a startup, how can you come to Canada, be a permanent resident? You cannot. If just you're looking for a job, someone from Canada to give you a job and bring you over here, even if you want to pay, right? But still, that's a dream. Still, I believe that's a dream, because government does not process LMIA and give the work permit fast to foreigners. There are a lot of unemployments here in Canada. So last month, January 2022, the employment rate increased to 6.5% across the country. So it means a lot of people are unemployed, they're looking for jobs. Then if an employer has an opportunity, it's hard for employer not to give it to the Canadian resident, Canadian citizens and permanent residents, and give it to foreigners. So it doesn't make sense. So government check it out, and the employer has to hire a consultant like us to do the LMI work, which is labor market impact assessment, right? To make sure that it won't have negative effect if the employer wants to recruit someone's internationally and bring it over to Canada for that position, right? So it's not easy. Some people think that there are a lot of works here in Canada, and then they can get it easily from outside Canada. No, that's not true. It has a regulation here. There is law here. They can't just, employer cannot just hire from outside Canada, right, without LMIA. Some countries are exempt from LMIA application, so those are different. People from those countries are exempt, so they can get job here and come to Canada. Some people even are exempt from work permit. Some people are exempt from LMIA. I mean, different countries, different rules. So it needs to be checked out by the immigration consultant. You can call us and check us, right? Check with us. So if your country is exempt from LMIA or exempt from work permit, so you can check with us, right? So if you don't want to come through a startup, how you can come to Canada? That's a question. You cannot come through a skilled worker, because a skilled worker is very tough, first of all, for those who are living abroad, outside Canada. So it's hard to compete with those who are currently in Canada, living in Canada as a temporary resident. So on the other hand, the second one is they cannot be easily selected in the pool, or even if they're selected, they can't come fast to Canada. They can't come in a proper time to Canada. The reason is there are a lot of backlogs on current immigration applications, and government estimated it will take 3 years for those people in a skilled worker program for their file to be assessed and to come to Canada. So obviously you need a program, something that can bring you to Canada faster. So some people think that there are a lot of jobs here in Canada, they can give it to them fast. No, that's not true. There are a lot of jobs in Canada, but it doesn't mean that it can be qualified for recruiting, hiring people internationally from outside Canada. So that's why you need to select the right program for you. So if you qualified, then that's a good opportunity and chance for you to come to the startups, right, to Canada. So overall it takes 8 months to apply, and 2 months or a little bit more for getting the work permit and work visa to come to Canada, right? And after that you come to Canada, you work on your business, and you will have income, you will have your life, normal life like other people, like citizens here. You can get benefits from government, use the government free resources also, to some extent, not all of them, because a lot of government resources are for permanent residents. At time you are not permanent residents, so some of the resources are not available to you, but gradually going to be available, because it takes 1 year, you get it straight out. So should you have any questions, call me or send me WhatsApp message to our company, +1 647 550 5944, or you can send an email to the company, info@cswjobimmigration.ca, and we're here to help you. Okay, wish you a good day, and I will send the next videos, right, training you more and giving you more information about Canada situation, and especially the startup visa program, which is a very, very good program, very, very nice and successful program. Okay, till next time, take care, bye bye.